Hi kawan, welcome to EDCReady. Today I got a few things I want to talk about while disassembly and maintenance of this knife. This is the ZT0450CF. It's well, shall we say this is one of those knives I have a love and hate relationship. But today I want to talk about a couple of things. Number one is I want to talk about some upgrades I've had. I bought some Weha bit kits to take apart my knives, and you guys have seen this. This has actually been part of my previous kit, so I'm just taking it over for this particular disassembly video. I also have some updates on some upcoming knife reviews and unboxing videos. Okay, we have some updates on some natural disasters that happened in my hometown and some updates for the channel. So, for those of you who live in Malaysia, you might be aware of this, and if you live internationally, it might not be the case, but my hometown has actually been hit by some pretty bad floods in the last few months. In the end of 2020, so that would be late December 2020, we had some pretty bad floods that hit my hometown. And as a result of that, my family had to evacuate. Now, the advantage of where I stay is that I stay in a high-rise apartment. So, what happens there is that I didn't experience any property damage, thank God. However, it did get quite bad to the point that me and my family had to evacuate from our house. We didn't experience any property damage, but on the way out, we had to wait for the floodwaters to reside shallow enough for us to drive out, and then eventually when they did, we did drive out. That caused some long-term damage on my car. I just got my car back from the workshop. It did take some time to repair it, about a week or so in the workshop, maybe less than a week. And then as a result of that, I had to pay a pretty hefty car repair job to get it fixed. It had something to do with the pump or some of the hoses in the engine, which was related to like the driving out and then the whole flood situation. So I got the car back. So let's see now how are we looking in here. Quite clean. I don't actually carry this guy a lot, so I don't actually expect there to be a lot of gunk. It's just that I've not taken this guy apart in a really long time. So yeah, back to the story. So that is why I have actually kind of been absent since the mid of December actually. By the way, Happy New Year guys. A little bit late for New Year's wish, but you know, February is still early. Still early February here in the real world, not in YouTube world. So yeah, so that's kind of why I've actually been absent. You know, I kind of had to deal with the flood situation, and then I didn't experience any damage to my house, just damage to my car. We moved back about 10 days after we evacuated, stayed at my parents' place, which and they have cats, which actually affected my daughter's allergies. And then when we went back home to our regular house, things were fine, and we kind of had to just, you know, prepare ourselves for any floods that happen in the future. So with that being said, what other updates? Well, you guys might know because I have mentioned it in the channel for a few times, which is that I have a Patreon account, and 2022 is actually the year I start taking Patreon a lot more seriously. So what is the purpose of the Patreon account? The Patreon account is to help me fund the channel, is to help me keep the channel going. I do have some ambition to turn this into a full-time channel where it can like fully support the financial needs of myself and my family. To do that, the first step is actually to produce content specifically for Patreon. So unlike a lot of people who produce content that is just for Patreon or for their Patreon supporters, what I do is that I will actually start uploading content a little bit earlier on my Patreon. So those who follow me on Patreon will have early access to my content. Because now I personally don't believe in having specific content on Patreon just for Patreon users, because I think that kind of takes away from the value of my content, because I think that my content can actually help out, as it has helped out. I read the comment section quite often, and definitely it has helped out people who, especially my disassembly videos, it has helped out people who kind of need a little help with their knife maintenance and knife disassembly. So back to my Patreon. Now there are a few tiers. The most basic tier I think is just $1, and that is just for if you want to help out with supporting the channel. I so far only have one patron, my good friend Kirsten, who just celebrated her birthday about 3 days ago. So if you're watching, happy birthday, Kirsten. Thank you for being my first supporter. Now there are other tiers that will provide different levels of tier benefits. So I believe we have a $5 tier and a $10 tier and a $50 tier, something like that. So all these have different benefits that come along with it. The main benefit for all users is you will get early access to my content. So my reviews, my unboxing, my disassembly videos, even my short videos will be uploaded there soon. And when I say uploaded there, I mean that it'll be uploaded on my YouTube channel unlisted before it goes live, and those who are supporting my Patreon account can actually watch it can actually get early access to that content. Now, other benefits, once I've reached certain goals in my Patreon, I will start doing giveaways for my patrons, equivalent to the amount of money the Patreon generates. So you can check it out there. There will be all this information about the tiers and what you get at different tiers, and then the different goals. Alright, so and then the goals are like in $100 increments. Like by the time I get to a $100 Patreon goal, I will do a giveaway with EDC gear with 100 USD, and then same thing for 200, 300, 400, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then the final goal is that if I reach a certain amount, I can't really remember what it was, but once I reach that certain amount, I will do a consistent monthly giveaway for my patrons only. So in short, if you are a patron on my account, what you're gonna get is early access to my content. You will get access to giveaways, and then you will also get some little knickknacks that come along with the tier list. By the way, this is super smooth. Whoo, that's good. Okay, so right after this, I'm going to be filming I'm going to be editing and or uploading the unboxing and the disassembly of this guy, and I will also be filming the full review of this guy. Now, if you have access to my Patreon account, you will get to see those videos earlier, because my channel has always traditionally been a one video per week channel, but there you get, like, I don't care about the timeline there, I'm just putting it up there. Yeah, so thank you so much. If you guys want to help out and support the channel, I really love that. This channel has been demonetized. I've been trying to talk to YouTube to find out how I can get it monetized. Pretty much I need to verify my address, but the letter for the actual mail that's supposed to come to verify the address has not reached for like months. So I didn't get any money from YouTube AdSense in December and January, which is unfortunate. Okay, a few more things you can expect. Well, we have the full review of this guy. We have the full unboxing, disassembly, and review of this guy. I have a Jahit mouse Riv coming. I also have some Biburi tools from Thomas Tools that they have sent to the channel for a loan review. That's going to be interesting. I have CGRB Maclea, something like that my friend bought, that I'm going to borrow from him. And I think there might be another Benchmade that I'm borrowing from my other friend to do that video. Okay guys, thanks. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Patreon account. And if you want to know more, just comment down below. Thanks and stay ready.